Hello students, welcome to the lecture number 6 on aldehyde, ketone and carboxylic acid chapter. In this lecture we are going to discuss about the carboxylic acid. In the previous 5 lectures we have discussed about different aspects like nomenclature, preparation and chemical and physical properties of the aldehyde and ketones. Now it is the third compound, very important compound that we are going to discuss in this lecture, and it will be basically the introduction to this compound that in this lecture we will discuss the basic thing and the nomenclature, how we will able to nomenclature name this carboxylic acid that we are going to discuss in this lecture. So heading of today's lecture is so in this lecture we are going to discuss the carboxylic acids. In the previous 5 lectures, let us recap. In the first lecture we have discussed about the introduction to the aldehyde and ketones and its nomenclature. In the second lecture we have discussed about the preparation of aldehyde and ketones. In the third lecture we have discussed about the physical and very most important chemical reaction as undergo by the aldehyde ketone, that is the nucleophilic addition reactions. In the fourth lecture we have discussed about the 2 very important chemical reactions that has been carried out by the aldehyde and ketone, that is the oxidation and reduction. And fifth lecture we have discussed about the remaining chemical reactions that is undergo by the aldehyde and ketone, that is the aldol condensation and electrophilic substitution reactions as being shown by the aromatic aldehyde and ketones. So in this lecture, that is the third compound that we are going to discuss. It is the introduction and nomenclature. First, let us understand what is carboxylic acid. This is K.K. Mukherjee in the Science with Mukherjee Sir YouTube channel. What is carboxylic acid? Let us first understand. Carbon compound which is having a carboxyl group. Carboxylic group is being represented by this COOH. This is the carboxyl group. And carbon compound which is having this group, we will call it is a carboxylic acid. And if we see the structure of the group, it is like this. This is a structure of this group, and you can see here it is been composed of 2 groups. That is, one is carbonyl groups and other is hydroxyl group. So the name carboxyl come from these 2 groups only. From the carbonyl group it is coming the carbo, and XYL that is coming from the hydroxyl. So carboxyl group is nothing but it is the combination of the 2 groups, that is the carbonyl group and the hydroxyl group. Now we can see one valency, carbon has the 4 valency, one valency is now free. 2 valency is occupied by oxygen and 1 valency by hydroxyl group. And other valency, 4th valency, when this is joined to a alkyl group, when this is joined to the alkyl group, at that time we will call it is a aliphatic. Aliphatic, or we can say this is a aliphatic or open chain
carboxylic acid. Open chain carboxylic acid. Now, when it is joined to a aryl group, this is aryl group, it is called the aromatic carboxylic acid. Aromatic
So there is a two type of carboxylic acid we can find, that is one is aliphatic and other is
aromatic. When this aliphatic carboxylic group where the carbon atom is 12 carbon atom to 18 carbon atom, at that time we will call it is a fatty acid. This is fatty acid and it is found in natural fats and has been stored as esters of the glycerols. Carboxylic acid can be used as the starting material of different organic compounds. It is used as a starting material. It is used as a starting material of different organic compounds, as for example, esters, number 2, amides, number 3, acetyl chlorides, we can acyl chloride, and number 4, anhydride. Okay, so this has been used as starting materials and it is this. So this is a general introduction of this carboxylic acid. That basic thing that when a organic compound contains this carboxylic group, we will call this carboxylic acid. When there is a alkyl group attached to the carbon atom of the carboxylic group, we will call it is a aliphatic carboxylic acid. When there is a aryl group, we will call it the aromatic carboxylic acid, and it has a widespread applications that we have observed. It is used as a starting material for the different compounds, that is amides, esters, acetyl chlorides and anhydrides, etc. Now we are going to discuss another very important thing of your syllabus, that is its nomenclature. Nomenclature. When we are talking about the nomenclature, it is basically having the two things that we must understand. Number 1, that is the common name. And number 2, that is the IUPAC name. IUPAC name, or we can say official name. As the carboxylic acid, one of the earliest organic compound, has been isolated from different natural sources. So it has been named or famous for its common name. And many of the compounds has been known by its common name. And the common name is derived from the natural sources, and the name is in Latin words, and this name, common name, you can observe in the end there is a one word that we have to add, that is the iic acid. There is a suffix has been put to the common name, that is the iic acid. As for example, let us see one example, that is, this is a carboxylic acid. And name of this carboxylic acid is formic acid. How this formic acid name is came, let us understand. It is first found in a red ant, and in the name of the red ant in Latin words is the formica. Formica. So, as we already discussed, there will be a suffix at the end of this word, common name. That is, it is given by, it is name of this formic acid. So you can see the last there is a iic acid has been given, and this formica, from this formica, this name form is come. So common name is basically the Latin name, first that is the Latin name of this natural resource where it is first found. Another example, CH3COOH. It is found in vinegar that we are using day-to-day basis in cooking. Vinegar, at that time, the name of this vinegar in Latin words is acetum. Name of the vinegar in Latin word is acetum, and from this it is coming acetic acid. Acetic acid. So you can say in the last there is a suffix has been put, that is iic acid. Here also you can say iic acid. So the name is acetic acid. In this fashion, that different types of compounds, understand the IUPAC name. IUPAC name is derived as we have observed different other organic compounds, that is derived from the name of the alkane from which this organic acid has been prepared, has been formed. IUPAC name, that is, and here in the name we can see in the alkane there is a E, ending E word will be replaced by the oic acid. Ending word has been replaced by this word oic acid, and as for example, this is, so here this there alkane is, there is a one carbon atom, we can say this is a methane. So this name will be methane, and E word we have to omit, replaced by the oic acid. So name of this formic acid, common name of this is formic acid. In IUPAC name is methanoic acid. And if there is double, more than 2 at that time, suppose this is the organic compound, this is the carboxylic acid, this is carboxylic acid. Here you can say what will the name? Name is, that is a 2 carbon atom, naturally ethane. This is ethane. But in this case you can see there is a number is 2. There is 2 carboxylic group is there. 2 carboxylic group is there, that is why it will be, we have to, at that time we have to retain this E word, and we have to put a multiplicative prefixes before the oic acid, that is it will be dioic acid, right? So ethane dioic acid. Di word we will put due to this fact there is a 2 carboxylic group, and oic acid you have to put as per the rule, that we have to end with the weak acid. But here we retain the E word. Whereas in case of there is a single carboxylase group, we have to omit this E word and we have to replace by it a weak acid. Another example, let us understand. Here you can see there is a 3 carboxylase group. In this case, we have to identify this carboxylase group also, where it is placed. For that, we have to make the number of the carbon atoms from here. This is 1 and this is 2 and this is 3. So in this case, we will write this, and it is basically 1, 2, 3. 3 carbon atom means it is propane. Propane 1, 2, 3 tricarboxylic acid. Okay? So in this case that we are putting the locals here, and that is been put in this fashion that you have to, first we have to put the number 1 position and number 2 position and number 3 position, and it will be like this. Now we are going to discuss with some more examples, and also we will discuss about the aromatic carboxylic acid. Now we will going to discuss different compounds. First, that we already discussed, this is formic acid. Its IUPAC name is methanoic acid. Then CH3COOH is acetic acid. And there is a 2 carbon atom, it is called ethanoic acid. In another carbon compound, another carboxylic compound, this is, in this name of this acid is common name propionic acid. As is a 3 carbon atom, so this is propane. E word we will omit. Propionic acid. Why this is butyric acid? Because natural name, it is first found in rancid butter. Rancid butter, the name of this rancid butter is butarum in Latin words. So that is called the butyric acid. So his IUPAC name will be butane is the alkane name. So it will name will be butanoic acid. So we understand, and this all the word will be in one case. butanoic acid. The oic acid we are putting is a oic acid. Here also oic acid, oic acid. Here iic acid. In common name there is a iic acid. Iic acid, iic acid, iic acid. So all the there will be no gap. It will be okay. That will be in continuous. This is isobutyric acid. IUPAC name will be 2-methyl butanoic acid. Here you can see there is a 2 carboxyl group in this compound, and common name of this compound is oxalic acid. Oxalic acid, and this is IUPAC name ethane dioic acid. The common name of this is malonic acid. Malonic acid, and there is a 3 carbon atom, so we will call it is propane dioic acid. Name of this common name is succinic acid. IUPAC name as, because there is a 4 carbon atom, so this will be butane dioic acid. So we can see in case of single carboxylic group, we have to replace the last U word by oic acid, and in case of more than one, we have to put a prefix, multiplicative prefix before the oic acid, and we have to retain this E word of the alkane. Common name is glutaric acid. Glutaric acid. IUPAC name, that is a 5 carbon atom, so this is pentane dioic acid. Name of this compound, common name is adipic acid. and here you can see there is 6 carbon atom. So this will be hexane dioic acid. So what we learned from this, that in case of common name there is a ic acid. Ic acid, here you can see ic acid, ic acid, ic acid, ic acid, ic acid and ic acid. In case of IPAC name, oic acid, oic acid. You can see oic acid, oic acid, oic acid and oic acid. Okay. And for the, what there is there more than one carboxylic group, at that time you have to retain this E word of the alkane. In case of one, you do not have to retain this E word, any E word is replaced by the oic acid. Okay. Now we will discuss the common name of some aromatic carboxylic acid. The common name of this aromatic where there is a one carboxylic group is benzoic acid. IUPAC name is benzene carboxylic acid. Acid, or IPAC also accept this name also, benzoic acid also. Another the common name of this aromatic carboxylic acid is phenyl acetic acid. Here you can see this is acetic acid, CH3COOH, CH3COOH. Here one hydrogen atom is replaced by this benzene ring. So this is called the phenyl acetic acid. Now what will be its IUPAC name? For that you have to number this carbon atom, and it will be start from the carbon atom of the hydroxyl group and 1, 2. So in this position there is a substituent. Now benzene ring, that is a substituent as a phenyl, it is called phenyl. So it will be called 2 phenyl Now there is a 2 carbon atom, so we will say 2 phenyl ethanoic acid. Now another compound that we are going to discuss, where there is a 2 carboxylic group. This has the very important organic compounds. It is called phthalic acid. And its IUPAC name is benzene 1,2-dicarboxylic acid. Okay. So that is all for today's lecture. This is a very fundamental thing in the carboxylic acid that we have discussed. That is a nomenclature. First we have discussed is introduction. That is what is carboxylic acid that we have discussed. That any organic compound which is having the carboxylic group, you will call the carboxylic acid. 2 types of carboxylic acid we understand, that is one aliphatic and another is aromatic, and the common name is come from the natural source, the name, Latin name of the natural source from which it is first found, and there is a suffix at the end of the word is iic acid. You have to put, in case of IUPAC nomenclature, that you have to put oic acid, and it has been named after the alkane from which it has been prepared. And we will also discuss some aromatic common name and IUPAC name of some aromatic carboxylic acid. This is basically a service to the student who cannot afford the costly tuitions. I think that will be help. It will be help them to achieve their targets. Thank you very much for watching, and we will meet in the next lecture with the preparation of these carboxylic acid.